Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a must-have of my all-time favorite drugstore products. This was a very highly requested video. I know right now too, with everything going on, everyone's kind of like balling on a budget. So I definitely wanted to get on here and make this video for you guys, because if you are still doing your makeup while cooped up inside, or just to take a good selfie for the gram, I wanted to give you guys some products that could really make you look fabulous, but not too expensive and not break the bank. So before I get into it too, I was gonna address this in my next video, but I just wanted to say it here. I wanted to say thank you so much, just so many of you on my last video that I posted. I, with no intention, did it to like get a bunch of clout, to like, you know, play victim to anything, because that's one thing you guys will definitely learn about me, is I'm not one who likes to, if anything, I like to use my past as something that empowers me, not something that's like, oh, poor pity me. So, but I mean, and I didn't think anybody was gonna really watch that video. I did it more so kind of for my sanity, and another part of it too was because a lot of you did ask me why I don't post myself singing like on my Instagram or on YouTube, and so I just wanted to give you guys more of a backstory, not just like, oh, because I don't want to, like, no, I'm kind of fucking scarred for life, so I don't want to kind of thing. But needless to say, just the overwhelming love and support that I receive from you guys constantly, and especially after posting that, I can't thank you guys enough. So I just want to say that I love you very much. So yes, without being said, you guys know me, I don't want to ramble, but you guys are going to listen to me talk anyway, so let's get into the video. I really didn't know where to start. I was kind of going to start like from the brows, like typically how I would do a full face. I like start with my brows, eyes, and kind of go down from there. I was just kind of gonna layer my products like that for you guys, just to make it a little bit easier, I guess. So just a side note too, I also did mention probably a few weeks ago now, because I'm late to the fucking game. So a lot of the stuff I did already have at home, like just in my personal kit and everything like that, but a few things I did just end up rebuying again, just because they are products that I absolutely did love, but I just haven't used in a while, and I was like, you know what, I can't talk about something that not fucking have it here, and more makeup, so you know, it's a win-win. First product I'm going to talk to you guys about is brows. Obviously I mentioned that, but it's the NYX brow, I don't know why, I've used it like 1,000 times. This is like such a bad habit of mine. I can use a product like 1,000 times, and then when I go to like talk about it, I'm like, never fucking heard of it in my life. So it's the NYX Precision Brow Pencil. This is probably one of my all-time favorite brow pencils. Like, it's up there with my Precisely and my Goof Proof Brow that I use from Benefit. Those are both eyebrow pencils. One's a thinner pencil, and then one's like a little bit of a thicker, like has more of a teardrop end to it. Like, I even like this more than the Anastasia ones, like Too Faced, Tarte, like Bare Minerals, you name it. Like, this is one of my all-time favorite eyebrow pencils. I've used it for so long. I can't even tell you guys how many times I've repurchased it, but just because of like deals and stuff like that, I did buy the Benefit ones, because it was like, it came in like a 2-pack for like the price of one, so I was like, might as well. This, hopefully you guys can see this on camera, the way the like the product is, like, it's a little bit of like a flat like product. I'm using this one today, and then obviously I just carved it out with concealer like I normally do, but the way the product goes on, I like it just because it literally goes on. It literally goes on like butter though, and I love it, and it does really last all day. I know I mentioned this a lot, but I do go to Disneyland a lot, and I feel like that is really the place where I can test all my makeup to see if it's gonna, like, you know, be life proof or not. Because I mean, I cry in Disneyland, I sweat at Disneyland, I'm on roller coasters, like I go on water rides, so it's just like, that's, like I said, it's truly where I test my product to make sure it is really gonna work and last throughout the day. This also has a little spoolie on the end of it too, so obviously if you wanted to comb the product through your brows. This I got in the color Ash Brown, and they have, I want to say, like 10 or 11 colors in this brow pencil, so it is pretty good. And what I like about it too is none of them like run, like the browns don't run to like red, or they don't run to like yellow, you know what I'm saying? They're like that good neutral in between, and like they're true to color. If it's an ash brown, it's gonna be an ash brown. If it's a blonde, it's gonna be a blonde. And I like too, because not a lot of brands have like a really good auburn brow pencil. Obviously I don't have red hair, but I do know and have a lot of friends who do have like red or auburn hair, and it's very hard for them to find eyebrow pencils, so I would definitely say this one is really good in the market. And if I'm correct, NYX Cosmetics right now on Ulta website is like buy one get one half off, and it's also 5 times the points. Sorry, I'm not trying to be like, oh my god, Ulta / Ulta employee, like, no, but there's perks. Okay, so another product that I also use for my brows that I've like absolutely fallen in love with as well, and I've tried like the Anastasia one, the Benefit one, Urban Decay, Too Faced, Lancome, that like you name it, all of them. But the e.l.f. brow gel has actually been one of the best brow gels I've ever tried. So I've already went through this guy, and I want to say it's been about a month and a half that I've had it. But to be fair though, the product is only like $2.99 or $3.99, so I don't really feel like I'm breaking the bank too much. And if you use this sparingly and you're not doing your makeup very often, this is probably a product, because I still probably have a good month and a half or so with this product, believe it or not, with how little there is still in the little tube. So again, if you're someone who's like not really using it as often as you typically would, I guess, it's gonna last you some time. It also has clear eyelash mascara. I love how I'm the makeup artist and I'm like, is it still called like mascara? Like it's just clear mascara? Yeah, okay, it's just clear mascara. I'm a fucking idiot. Okay, anyway, back to the story. But if you guys would like to, it's gonna give you the same effect as this side, so you really get like 2 brow gels for the price of 1. But I like it just because like once you comb it through your brows, especially, this is what I love if you're someone who does have like more thicker or like coarse hair and it doesn't seem to stay in place very well, this one is definitely gonna hold it into place. I also like too, because I've noticed this with a lot of other brow gels, it's like, I don't know, that might be just me, but like during the day it gets like this like crusty buildup right here, and I'm like, what the fuck, that's not cute. So but this one doesn't do that for me, so I'm very happy about that. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and move into eyeshadow palettes. This unfortunately don't really sell it at like your typical drugstore, but they do sell it at like Ulta's. Most of like department stores, or not department stores, most stores this is available on, or if not, obviously it's all over the websites, and like a bunch of like YouTubers and influencers always have discount codes, so you can always use that to get like at least 10 to 20% off. But it is the Morphe palettes. If you guys have been around for a minute, especially this palette, you know I had to bring it out. You guys know, like, this palette is my ride or die palette. Like, I've used this on so many looks to the point where I think everybody was like, okay, bitch, like, you have hella makeup and you, like, stick with the same fucking palette. It's a good fucking palette, okay? So, here is the palette. Take a shot every time I say palette. So yes, this is it. The thing is with this one though, it is exclusive to Ulta. Obviously, we can't go in stores right now, but it is available in store and online normally. And I want to say this guy is only like $24, and I cannot, you guys, get over the pigment in this palette. Like, I typically, obviously you can see I use these as like my everyday colors, but anytime I'm doing like a really colorful look, or I want like a really good traditional blue smoky eye, I want to say I used this in one of my most recent videos that I did as well. Well, I've used it in all my videos, but specifically for the blues. But I love it because, like I said, their price point is phenomenal. Their shadows are super pigmented. I never have to worry about like them flaking or fading. And as far as like blending them out too, like I said, they just blend out so seamlessly. And I also really like this too, just because if you are more of a beginner, this is definitely going to be a very friendly palette for you to really experiment with, but also not break the bank. I know a lot of their other palettes too can definitely range, so this one is $24. They also have mini palettes as well that start around like $14. Some start at like $9. There's some that are like $20. This one though, believe it or not, I actually haven't busted into it yet, and it is the new Jaclyn Hill palette. I wanted to do a tutorial for you guys coming up soon. Like, it even has the plastic piece on it. Like, really? Like, I opened it and I was like, saving this for you guys. I do have the original, but I think I left that at my boyfriend's house. But this is a newer one, and I remember when the first one came out and I was like, bro, this is the best palette to ever exist. Like, this is the shit. And then this one came out and I was like, you can go now. This palette is so freaking pretty. And when we had it in store, I've already I haven't swatched my personal palette, but I have swatched this palette, and let me swatch them for you guys. Just really quick. Just humor me. I feel like you always have to swatch a shimmer shade just because that's principle, so I'm gonna do this one. You know what's funny? I'm not like a swatcher. I don't know how they do that. Oh, bitch. I barely touched it. Barely touched it. I'll do a few more, but that's why I'm such a huge fan of Morphe palettes, just because they do not disappoint ever. Like, ever. So I'm gonna do this like brighter purple. Oh bitch, pop my pussy and call me Betty. Oop. We're gonna take a moment. I cannot wait to put that all over my eyeballs. Girl. Okay, one more. And I know it's not like a traditional color that a lot of people use, but it is like, if it's there and it's made right, I'm in love forever. But it's a red eyeshadow, and this is another one that me and one of my best friends were like always complaining about, trying to find a palette that has a really good red in it, and Morphe never disappoints with that. They actually put 2 in this palette, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna switch the darker one because it feels right. Oh my god. Oh, game over. Game over. So yes, getting back on track though, Morphe has some of the best eyeshadows if you're, definitely too, if you're on a budget and want to save money but want something that's really good quality, go to Morphe. Moving on to eyeliners. I got the Wet n Wild eyeliner, and then I got the Morphe eyeliner. I was a little pissed off with myself because when I ordered it online, I thought I ordered black, but I ended up ordering brown. But I feel like I don't really do a lot of looks, especially as of recently, using brown eyeliner. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm still gonna use it. I'll go ahead and start off with this one. It is the Wet n Wild eyeliner. What I really like about this one, it does have a felt tip brush on the end. I'm not the biggest fan of eyeliner pens or like products that have more of a brush tip on the end. I just feel like sometimes, and I feel like, I don't know if this has happened for any of you guys, either the brush just like completely separates at the top, and then like when you try to do your liner, it just like goes to shit, or too much product comes out at a time and it's like dripping, and that's just not cute either. So I like felt tips just because it's a lot easier to control the product. The only thing is, I know every now and then felt tips kind of start to, at the very end of them, they start to like fade out of the product a little bit. Pro tip, I guess, that you guys can always do is you can always take a pair, especially if it's a pen, not really these guys because it's, you know, you're constantly dipping it back into product, but if you're using like a pen of some sort, you can always take your tweezers and squeeze it out, and I'll stick the tip in the product just to get it like a little bit more saturated in the eyeliner, and then just flip it back and it'll be brand new again. So pro tip. The Wet n Wild, this one is completely waterproof. It has been tested. I've cried with it on multiple fucking times. You're good to go. Also too, even if you're not over emotional like I am, if you're just like going out on a date, Disneyland, if you're in high school and you're like going to prom, or just, you know, whatever, you're playing sports and you still want to have makeup on, because I was that bitch too, it's okay. It's not gonna go anywhere. And I want to say, don't quote me on it, like I said, I'll put all the prices and everything up on the screen for you guys, but I want to say this one's like only $3.99. So really good product. And to be honest, both of these eyeliners I like a lot more than like even high-end products as well. Like even other high-end eyeliners that I've tried, I still typically go back to these two. And then moving over to the Morphe one, like I told you guys, this one is a felt tip pen. I should probably put the product on the back of my hand so you guys can see what the fuck I'm talking about. But I just like it too because it is a true black. I hate any product that like, if it's like black is black and it's like you have to go over it multiple times, or it's not like super pigmented, or it looks watery. That's my biggest problem with a lot of eyeliner products, is they constantly look watery and you're like, bitch, I'm trying to like snatch this wing, like what is this? You definitely will not have a problem with this guy. This one is also waterproof, water resistant, but to me personally, crying, it is completely waterproof. And this guy lasts me just as long as like high-end eyeliners that I've used, if not even longer. They also make this in a brown as well. And that is like a true like sharp pigmented brown as well. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. Okay, so moving on to the face, I feel like there's this like as far as like the primer and the foundation goes, I feel like I kind of dropped the ball on this one just a little bit. The biggest reason why I say that is, as far as primers go, I didn't have anything to really suggest to you guys today as far as primers go. I don't know, primers are where I'm very picky on, just because I do have a little bit of texture left over from like post acne, like scarring and things like that, and just because like obviously I really want my foundation to stay on well. And I have tried so many drugstore products as far as like primers go, and I will say there's nothing that I've completely fallen in love with yet. I do have a video that I'm planning for you guys in the next few days of like trying new products. So I didn't end up buying a primer. I ended up buying the elf like putty primer. That was like such a highly requested and like trended product in the last like month or so. So I did buy that to try it out for you guys, but I wasn't gonna mention it in this video because I feel like this is more of like products that I've truly used and loved and fallen in love with, and the last thing I want to do is like pop off on screen and be like, oh, this product's great, and I've tried like one fucking time. If I had to recommend a brand that I would say has the better option, NYX Cosmetics, their primers, I will say their Angel Veil primer I wasn't completely disappointed in, but yeah, unfortunately dropped the ball on that one. So I'm gonna move into foundations though. I have one of them here with me today. I have another one too, and obviously I'll show a photo and a price point for you guys, but another foundation that I was gonna mention to you guys is the L'Oreal True Match. I feel like so many people know what this foundation is, so many people have tried it, so many people have used it. The only reason I do not have it with me today is when I went to go order all of my products, they were completely out of my light shade and they were completely out of my tan shade. So I was like, well, the L'Oreal True Match though is probably one of my favorite all-time foundation. It gives your skin such a like airbrush soft satin finish. It literally lasts all day. I remember I would even wear it when I was in high school and I was like doing show choir. I would like go to dances and things like that, and it would literally last me the whole night. I absolutely love it too because it's great for all skin types. I've worn it when I've been super oily, and I've even worn it now to where like in my skin is like completely opposite, like I'm really dry now and it still doesn't look flaky on my skin. I like it too because you don't have any flashback in photos, which is awesome. And they have I feel like they have a wide range of colors with that one. They have a bunch of different undertones too, which is really good because I feel like a lot of drugstore foundations are like red and super yellow, like there's no in between, where the True Match, they have neutrals, they have cool tones, they have warm tones, like it's so definitely love that. Another one that I'm going to mention too, which I feel like not a lot of people love this when it first popped off, but I feel like, and no offense when I'm saying this, but I feel like a lot of people try products but aren't educated about them, or like when beauty influencers who aren't really educated themselves as far as the makeup world goes and they talk about products and it's like, why isn't this working? And it's like 98% of the time it's more like a user error, not really the product itself. I hate to be that asshole to say that, but sometimes it can be true. And every now and then there are products where I'm like, this is literally ass, like they're not lying. But the Morphe foundation, I personally fell in love with it, and this one does have a pretty strong matte finish, but I was able to wear it with having dry skin. I wore it all through summer last year, and then I got another one, and then I've been wearing it as well, but this one's a little bit darker. Typically I'm wearing this one when I am super tan, but I like this one because it literally lasts you all day and is completely waterproof. I am such a big fan of waterproof foundations. Even if I am only gonna wear the foundation for a few hours, I just know that if anything happens in that instant, my makeup is not gonna crack, my makeup's not gonna break, it's not gonna separate. Totally a fan of that. Another reason I like this one too is because I feel like some products, when you use foundations, some look good with a beauty blender and then some don't. Like it's kind of give or take. Either some foundations look good with just using a brush only, some use good with just using a sponge. So yes, that's one thing I like about this one and the True Match foundation is it works well with no matter what applicator you are going to use with it. That was also another thing, I'm not talking about my shade, but just shades in general. Another big reason why I really like this foundation, because they did also have a wide shade range as far as undertones go. They had like excessive amounts of undertones. So they have really good undertones. They also have a wide shade range as far as like colors go. They have it for people who are like super fair, and they also make it for darker complexions. I know that is a very big problem in the makeup community, is they're like white, tan, dark. And it's like, bro, don't do fucked up shit like that. So I do really like that Morphe is one of those brands. Personally, I feel, just working within the industry, they are one of the brands that has gotten better as far as like trying to make inclusive products for all skin types. Okay, so for this product, I'm really only mentioning one concealer. I have tried so many drugstore concealers. I've tried different ones from Maybelline, I've tried ones from L'Oreal, I've tried ones from NYX, Makeup Revolution, Elf, Essence, like you name it. Nothing that I have truly fallen in love with except this guy right here, and it's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I can't even tell you guys, like, I remember when I first started doing makeup, like this was like one of my like very first products that I ever used, and I fell in love. And then like finally, once I got myself more educated on like products and things like that, like I fell even more in love with this guy. Like, it gives you such a like flawless airbrush like finish under the eye. I can't even begin to tell you. It looks so freaking pretty. Also love too, it does not give you any flashback at all. I know that typically seems to happen when there is SPF in a product. And for those who didn't know that, yes, any product that does have SPF in it will give you a little bit of flashback within your photos, which, just want to go back to the foundations really quick, neither of those foundations have SPF in it, so you guys will be completely fine. Or sometimes too, if a product is cheaply made, it can also give you flashback as well. But this concealer is only like $8.99, and I want to say on Ulta website it is on sale right now. I think the best like concealer that I can compare it to that's a high end would probably, it kind of reminds me of like the NARS creamy concealer personally, but like better. And I know that sounds like reaching, but I've worn the NARS creamy concealer quite some time. Like, I've rebought it a few times, so I do really like the product. But I will say, if you want to try that concealer but you don't want to spend the money on it, try this guy first. I promise you will fall absolutely in love with it. Okay, so moving on to the rest of the face. Morphe, sorry. So it is the Morphe translucent powder. You guys know me, I am like ride or die. If you guys have been here for a minute, ride or die for my Lancome translucent powder. I've tried so many fucking powders, and like I said, I just love that one. It doesn't give me flashback. It's super smooth. It's really compatible with dry skin, oily skin. It does not, my makeup does not separate throughout the day. Like I said, I've fallen madly in love with that guy. So it is very hard for me to switch when it comes to like anything else, if like that one is out, or just because I want to try something new. But I will say this, that the Morphe translucent powder does really hold up on that end of the bargain. I did not mention, but a lot of these products that I am mentioning today, I did actually use for my face. You guys can kind of get an idea of how it looks. But I am wearing this translucent powder over to set my makeup as well as carve out my makeup, and I just feel like my face looks super smooth. Even my under eye, like there's really no creasing, like literally no creasing at all, no separation, no flashback too. That was another, again, I feel like that is such a very important thing to mention to you guys, because I feel like I've seen so many people's photos where they're like, I'm cute, and then they take a picture and I was like, oh, no you're not. But it is super finely milled. That's what I like about it. I hate translucent powders that aren't milled, because I feel like that's when your face just doesn't, like, it doesn't give that smooth, flawless, like, look that you guys are really going for. Another thing I like too, they also make this in a few different colors. They have it in a banana powder, they have it in a deep banana powder, they also have it in darker tones as well for my beautiful women of color. So I do really like that. So yes, if I had to pick a powder that was out of my Lancome world of powders, Morphe definitely stands up well to that guy. Okay, so you guys hear me fucking talk about this bronzer literally all the time in all my videos. You guys will never get me to switch. It is part of my everyday makeup routine. I am in love. It is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I use this when I'm tan, I use this when I'm not, I use this even when new freaking bronzers come out from different brands. I remember I used to be so ride or die for the Too Faced bronzer, and I don't know what it is, it might just be me, but they changed their formula so where I got to a point where like it started looking a little gray on me, and I was like, we're not gonna do that. So I was a little disappointed with that department, but I used that one for years. I used Tarte bronzer, their Park Avenue Princess. I've also even tried the Benefit one, which I will say for a high-end, if I had to pick like a high-end bronzer, the Benefit one for sure. But I refuse to give up this buttered bronzer. It's amazing. I love it too because it goes on so smoothly. I feel like that's another really big problem that a lot of people have. Is like when they go ahead to put on their bronzer, it has like that skipped look on their face to where it just looks muddy. That's one really big thing too I really love about this product. Doesn't matter if you're super pale, doesn't matter if you're super tan, it does not give you a muddy or gray look on your face, which is amazing. These are a little bit more like neutral-ish warm, so even if you're like more cool tone, warm tone, they're gonna look very pretty and nice on the face. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. It's fucking amazing. You can get this like at Ulta, you can get this at CVS, Walgreens, Target. Target has a lot of Physicians Formula. So yes, but I know on Ulta website right now these are on sale. Another product from Physicians Formula, and I don't feel like I mention this product a lot just because I do use a lot of other blushes. I will say if I had to pick a high-end brand of blushes that I absolutely love every single time is the Tarte ones. They always have a wide range of colors, and they also are super, super pigmented, and they don't skip on the face, they don't separate throughout the day, they just give a flawless and perfect amount of color every single time. This one also does the same. If I had to pick a drugstore product that I would perfectly compare to that one to still give me the same result at like half the price point, it would be the Physicians Formula, their blushes. I am wearing both of these guys today. I like this blush just specifically. I like a lot of brush, like this looks so light in the packaging, but I have it on my face and it definitely does not, I do not look washed out. It does not look super pale on me. I like this one because it's more of like a neutral mauve-y undertone, so it is gonna look very nice and adjust pretty well to on anybody. And they do even make blushes and bronzers as well for people who are of deeper complexion, which is awesome too, and I love that. Another really big thing too with blush, and I feel like not a lot of people know this, you want to try as best as you can to have your blush complement your lipstick. If you do that, like 99% of the time your look is going to look a lot more pulled together, just because when you're wearing two completely different products on the face and then the lip that are completely different undertones, you're gonna feel like something's off throughout the whole day, and that's gonna be what that really is. I know that sounds funny, and I don't know if a lot of people have heard that before, but yes, you always want to try to complement your lip to your blush. That's why obviously, but I do this every time I do a nude lip, just because I feel like the two really complement each other. So yes, if I had to pick my blush and my bronzer for drugstore, these babies right here. Highlight a bit. So this one, I even use this one in my freelance kit. I love it. Like if I wasn't using my Benefit or my Anastasia, like I will use this to the end of time. This highlighter is from Wet n Wild. It is $3.99, and it literally gives the effect of like a $40 highlighter. It is absolutely beautiful. Let me see. I was like, do I have a spot on my hand? Like, just bitch. It is so pretty. This one has more of like a pinky undertone. What color is this? Precious Petals. So yes, this is the color that I have. I also have a few in my freelance kit, but I just didn't, this is my own personal one. But they have ones that have like a really deep golden shade. They have like a lighter gold shade. They have one that's more of like that frosty white. You guys know me too if you have been here for a minute. I am in love with highlighters that give you like a very like wet and dewy look. I don't like any, personally for me, unless it's like an event or anything like that, I don't like anything that looks too glittery. I just like it when I look naturally just like fresh and glowy, and this is definitely one of those highlighters that gives that effect. They do have highlighters though if you do like that glitter look. They have a few different highlighters as well within the brand that also has glitter like flecks throughout it, but if you want that traditional just like nice soft glowy just and I'm like I said, I am wearing it today for you guys, so you see that. Well, okay, last but not least, moving on to the lips. So I will say, if I had to pick a brand that has like some of the best lipsticks as far as like a drugstore brand goes, it is NYX all the way. I am never disappointed, whether it is a liquid lipstick, whether it's a lip gloss, whether it's, you fucking name it. They have phenomenal products. And two that I've absolutely fallen in love with, I'll kind of go like product by product for you guys, so I'm not just like, hi, pick one. So I'm gonna start with their newest product. So they launched these, I want to say like a month before everything closed down, but it's like their newer form of lipsticks. It's called Shout Loud Satin Lipstick. It's, but yeah, like I said, obviously by NYX, but I fell in love with this too because there's a lipstick that I wear from Lancome that I like absolutely fucking love, like I wear all the time, and I found this one and it's literally the same fucking color but like $4.99 compared to $32. Hi, hello, you sign me up, I'll take 5. So just to give you guys an idea too, I'll go ahead and swatch it on the back of my hand for you guys. So it's probably a terrible swatch. Like, I feel like the slightest bit off. If you're a wizard, you can tell, but like they are so identical to one another. Personally, I feel like this one gives just the same good quality as this one. It lasts just as long. And this is not stuff that I'm like making up to try to sell anybody or like downplay any other product that I've used before, but their like actual traditional tube lipsticks are phenomenal, and especially this new one that they launched. Another one too that I absolutely fell in love with was their suede lipsticks. They have this in a liquid lipstick form, which I have a ton of those. for my freelance kit, just because obviously when I'm like doing proms and brides and things like that, I want the color to last a little bit longer, so I'll use those. And those are water resistant, which is great, and I'll just link a few below for you guys so you guys can get an idea. But they have them in a lipstick form as well. This one's more of like, you know what the best color I can compare this to, and this is so random, if any of you have used Dose of Color liquid lipsticks, this looks exactly like the color Campfire. It's like a warm, like brown nude type of color, but it just looks so freaking pretty. I also have a lot of their lip glosses and their liquid lipsticks. Of course, they're nude. I don't know if you guys are expecting. They're soft matte lip creams. If you guys have not tried these are absolutely amazing. If you're someone too who's like the more mature client, or if you're someone who's like really dried out lips and you want something to last really long but you don't want it to completely dry down, the soft matte ones, because they are going to last. I was like, where's room? Fuck it, I'll put it here. They are going to last as long as like a traditional liquid lipstick would. It's not going to be as drying as it would though, naturally speaking. So that's one thing I really like about that. Going back to the lip glosses though for you guys, the NYX butter glosses, I don't know if any of you guys have tried these. These are freaking amazing. I especially love them too. I'm not personally one who likes a lip gloss that is like super sticky. So that's the biggest thing I love about these. These are not sticky at all. They do not give a sticky feel. They do not like leave a weird like separation after a few hours of using them. Like, they are freaking beautiful, and they're kind of pigmented. I was like, I'm trying to find room. Sorry, I feel like I'm not holding it up close enough. So they are like a little bit sheer, but you can build the coverage if you want for these lip glosses. I'll wear them just on top of a lip liner, or I'll wear them on top of like even a liquid lipstick. But these are amazing, and they freaking smell so good. Oh my god. Nut. I have two different colors here. The colors I have are Vanilla Cream Pie. Well, that's a lovely name. Okay, and then I have Eclair here. I swatched the Eclair one, but I'll swatch this one for you guys too. This one's more of like, I think it's like a darker pink. Yeah. So, but like I said, if you are like a lip gloss whore especially, and you want just like that like pretty glossy look, that's what I like about them too. It's like a really good glossy, like glossy gloss. I know I said gloss a lot, but you know what I'm talking about. You know where there's like a lip gloss where it's like, oh, pretty, but then there's like where it like looks wet. These guys. Another one mentioning too, I'll go back to NYX a little bit, but another one I want to mention was Essence. This one is $2.99, and I swear your lips look like glass. Like, it is so, like, it's just a clear gloss, and they have them in other shades too if you wanted to like have a little bit of color, want to have sparkle, but it is, literally I can't get over. And I've bought like 2 or 3 tubes of these guys just throughout the years, but I love it. Like, personally, I like them this one a little bit more than the NYX gloss, and even though this one, it has a little bit more of a sticky feel, I just love, and I'll put this over like lipstick, I'll wear it by itself sometimes, but I just love how glossy my lips look. And I like too that even that it's only $2.99, it genuinely lasts like so long. You know when you try like cheaper lip glosses and you're like, that lasted for like 5 seconds, what the fuck? This will literally wear all day. It's freaking beautiful. Love it. Okay, so you guys already know I use these in like every fucking video because I'm a nude whore and I can't stay away from like nude lips to save my life. But it's the NYX Slide On Glide On waterproof lip liners. These are the colors that I traditionally wear probably almost every single day that I do my makeup. The one that I'm wearing today, this one's called Sugar Glass. This one has more of like a brown undertone. Another one that I use is Nude Suede Shoes. This one has more of like a pinky mauvey undertone. But these, and I have tried, I remember like I used to soulfully only use the Urban Decay lip liners because they had a wide shade of nudes and they were waterproof and they lasted forever. And I was like, I don't even know what made me try these one day. I was just like, those look intriguing. Let me just throw stuff in the bag that I don't need. And I have not gone back since. These are some of my all-time favorite lip liner pencils. Like I said, they are completely waterproof. They just go on so smoothly. They're super pigmented for an eyeliner, and they also have a really wide range of colors. Like, they have dark colors, they have berries, they have like even some like off like colors that like black and blue and things like that, like not traditional colors that you would wear. And they have a wide range of like nude colors, wide shade range of like pinks and things like that. But I cannot tell you guys, and these guys I want to say are like $8.99, and the Urban Decay ones that I was using are like $20, so you definitely save. But I cannot tell you guys enough, I will never stop using these guys. Like I've even tried like Marc Jacob lip liners, like Yves Saint Laurent. I don't even know how to fucking say it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But I've like used the top-notch lip liners. Nope. Like these are the shit. So if you guys love lip liners, especially if you're someone like me and you have no fucking lips and you overdraw your lips, you're welcome. Okay, last but not least, because I feel like this video is gonna be super fucking long because I talk so fucking much. I feel like that's why I talk fast because I'm nervous, but two, I try to talk fast and like give you guys as much information as possible because I don't want this video to take like 5 fucking years and you guys are like, bitch. But yes, last but not least is the setting spray. So one, and I feel like I'm kind of like on that bandwagon because I feel like everybody and their fucking grandmother uses this, but it is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Typically in most of my other videos or just in everyday life, I use the Urban Decay setting spray, and that is one of my all-time favorites. It does hold its like high reigning name for a reason, just because it truly does work. I have noticed a difference between using it and not using it, which normally when I am wearing like other like cheaper setting sprays, like my makeup looks like shit regardless of how much I sprayed. But I remember like 2-3 months ago, I finally jumped on the bandwagon and I was like, this is the shit. Like it locks in your makeup, and this is phenomenal too if you're someone who like does dance or cheer, show choir, like any activities that like your makeup, like you worry that your makeup could like move or anything like that. Like this bitch will not move. And it is called a continuous mist, so when it comes to the Urban Decay, like you have to like pump it down every time you get a spray, where this one, I'll just go ahead and spray it for you guys. Like it's like hairspray. Like it's continuously going, which is awesome, because I feel like sometimes like when you're spraying with like a traditional setting spray, like it can kind of leave spots, if you guys know what I'm talking about, on certain parts of your face, or you might not get like flawless coverage on your entire face as far as setting it goes, where this one you do not have to worry at all. Like you will cover every little inch of your face, and the mist is like super fine, so you don't have to worry about like it leaving any like specks or ruining your makeup in any way. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure a lot of you have, but it's the MAC Fix Plus spray. I love the smell of that. Like it smells so fucking good. It smells like chemicals, but like it's like a good kind of chemicals. But this literally smells exactly like the Fix Plus spray. So if you really like that one, I would suggest trying this one. And you do get a pretty solid amount too as far as this can goes, and this is only $16.99, and typically for my Urban Decay setting spray I pay about $40. So you definitely get more bang for your buck. And most of the time too, either on the Morphe website or the Ulta website, so you can buy 2 for the price of 1, which is really awesome because like I said, I think these are only like $16. Makeup is locked, loaded, ready to go. So once you're all done with all your other makeup products that I showed you guys today, you guys are gonna look so cute and your makeup ain't gonna move. Whether you got a dick appointment, whether you crying, you're good to go. So yes, with that being said, I hope this video was very helpful for you guys. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I hope I was able to educate you guys on this product as much as I could. But yes, these are just products that I've tried. Like I said, with working in the makeup industry, I have tried so many products throughout my years of like working with Ulta and Sephora, like you name it. So it's not like, oh, I just picked these up one day and you know I don't feel like trying anything else, they'll do. Like these are products that I've like literally gone to rebuy numerous of times, and that's a big thing too. I am very picky when it comes to buying a product more than once. Typically if I try something, I will not buy it again. So the fact that some of these items that I showed you guys today I've bought in like 3, 4, even 5 times, like I feel like to me in itself, like that just means it's a really good product. So yes, I hope you guys do end up trying these products. I hope you guys fall in love with them as much as I did. I hope you guys really love this video. If you guys did, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you guys have not already. You guys know me. I love you guys. I'm very thankful for you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.